I hope y'all are enjoying these rants on this. I mean, these are very random thoughts. So I don't think that it would be good for Life Rants, the actual channel where I'm going and doing real documentary style stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy these talks, man. What religion, real religion, that's strong in its faith and has this zeal for pushing it and showing everybody that it's true? What type of religion that upholds itself like that would actively seek to stop people from having discussions for some of the most weirdest random reasons, like disagreements or speaking the truth on a specific situation that took place and saying it's wrong, or even being blunt, like that person is sick or out of pocket? Or let's say in Muhammad's example, when he slept with a 9-year-old at the age of 50 something plus, I have a right to read that and say that's sick, and I don't agree with that. But the religion teaches to out that person, or anyone who disrespects Muhammad is all of a sudden blaspheming, and don't talk to them anymore. But go out and talk to everybody else. But as soon as they say something you don't like about Islam, no. We're gonna go ahead and not talk to you anymore. But wait a minute, I thought your religion was strong. I thought your religion could stand the test of time, withstand the test of time, withstand critique. Then how come every time someone critiques Islam, you end up crying and complaining? And you got people in the background begging you to not talk to this person no more. I had a conversation with this young girl. She's new. Definitely reminds you of Korra when you watch her. And we had a conversation for the first time on her channel, full blown back and forth. Obviously, other Muslims came up, disrupted the stage, did a bunch of lying, and she didn't even really get to flush out a full convo with me. Her topic is always women are treated best in Islam. So I come up, try to have a good, decent discussion, and of course, other Muslims have to come in and mess up the actual discussion. But it wasn't even really about that. We made an agreement to have a discussion the very next day, because she didn't get to flush out her points and I didn't get to critique her on her actual topic. Next thing you know, I DM her the next day and we're getting ready to set it up, and she just stops replying out of nowhere. She sees the message, the seen message is there, but she just stops replying. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me see what's going on. So I noticed that she has like a story ring, right, where she posted a new story. So I checked the story, and lo and behold, there it is. It says, "I will not be having any further interactions with Life. I was shown him blaspheming, and for my viewers, I sincerely apologize for the sake of Allah. My account is built upon integrity. No amount of publicity from blasphemers is worth trading that. Moving forward, we will continue to clarify truth." Now, does this sound like someone who's following the religion of truth, where you can't even stand to hear someone telling the truth about what's actually taking place? Every time I make a statement about Muhammad, or I make a statement about Muslims, or I make a statement about a Muslim in history and what they did, depending on my mood, I'm very blunt about it. And you just gonna have to live with that, because I'm not about to change that. And I'm not about to come at you all soft-spoken because you guys want everybody to bow down to you guys and be as nice as they can to you, when you think you could just run over everybody and talk about everybody else's religion without being critiqued at all. Y'all disrespect everybody else's religion without a care in the world. But as soon as somebody come to y'all want some middle ground. You want me to be nice and polite, especially when we dealing with harsh subjects? No. If I gotta be real and I gotta be blunt, that's exactly what I'm gonna be. And Muslims can't handle that. They can't handle that real raw critique, because that is what what will open their minds to what is actually really true and false about their religion. You see, because when you go around sugarcoating everything, people don't really hear you. A lot of people don't really hear you when you out here trying to be as nice as you can be without ruffling a little feathers. Sometimes you got to ruffle some feathers. And I'm not saying that I just be talking crazy, because I don't. But sometimes I call certain Muslims stupid. Sometimes I call them dumb. And this isn't because I want them to be stupid or I want them to be dumb. It's because they're acting stupid and dumb on purpose. And I'm catching it while I'm live. In cults, this is one of the key things that cult members and leaders try to do. They want you to run around and tell everybody how true the cult leader is, or how true that religion that you're bringing or the cult is. And then as soon as people start pushing back on you, you get offended and you tell that person to stay away from that person, don't talk to them again. Because Islam just doesn't have the persuasive edge, especially when it comes down to debating. They always go in loops. They always go in circles. They don't know what in the world they're talking about when it comes down to how to defend Islam. This is the reason why you see now, and even what's going on right now, everybody's crying and complaining about everything. They can't even pop up on a simple show without crying and complaining. Muslims will be as disrespectful as they possibly can and act like they don't even peep it. Then when somebody gives them the same energy, they cry, woe is me. I would never want to be a part of a religion where I saw all of my guys victimizing themselves. I couldn't imagine being a part of no religion where all of my debaters are victimizing themselves every place they go. Every live stream they go to, every room they go to, every podcast they go to, every 5v1, 10v1, 20v1, every time they come back, they're crying about something. Somebody did something wrong to them. It didn't work. The moderator did something. Notice this in the Dawah scene, guys. They are complaining about everything. I don't remember one thing that was done that was on a Christian platform or where something was put together where they didn't complain about what was taking place. Even on neutral platforms like modern day debate, Muslims are out there complaining about modern day debate. And all that dude do is sit there and let y'all go at it. He jump in here and there. That dude is as neutral as it gets, and Muslims are still complaining about him. It couldn't be me, man. Couldn't be me. And I'm just sitting back thinking, like, all of this blasphemy talk is weird, because is saying God is not God blasphemy? You wouldn't say that to God. You're not God. You blaspheme, you disrespecting the creator. You trying to tell the creator who he is and who he not. So wait a minute. If we believe Jesus is God, and y'all come up to us saying Jesus is not God, then y'all blaspheme every day. Matter of fact, your Quran blaspheme. Do you see us crying and complaining? Do you see us whining about blasphemy? You see us doing all of that? Every step of the way, you can't say a word about Muhammad and none of his companions or anything without a Muslim crying, begging to stop people from talking to you. This is what we see with these guys. I think people need to use these moments as key moments to wake up and realize whether you following a religion that's grounded in truth or grounded in its own culture of lies. Because that's what Islam is. Islam is not grounded in truth. It's just dogpiled and hidden under a bunch of lies. And I feel sorry for a lot of the Muslims that's duped into believing that Islam is true. And then they want to defend it so much to the point where they jump right into this whole victimhood game. These guys are literally taught that when someone is to debate a Muslim, they must be respectful to you, or else don't talk to them at all. Well, then, I'm sorry. Maybe you guys shouldn't put the information about your religion out there and make it public for us to read. And then when we come back and say, you know what, I read about this, I'm not feeling this, I don't think this is cool. And then, you know, if the conversation start getting a little iffy, people start going back and forth with each other. And then here you are crying about it. Well, then I don't think that you're either ready to debate, and I also don't think that you're following a religion that's actually strong. Because if you can't handle what your own sources say, and if you can't handle what someone says about your sources, whether they're blunt or not, then you're just simply in a cult, and you're trying to defend the cult as much as you can, and you're trying to uplift yourself and make yourself look like you're stronger than what you really are. Now, I also want to say this too. I also want people to notice when these Dawa guys and Dawa girls, when they host their rooms, they literally boast like they're champions, and they be cooking people, and they got the upper hand, and you know, they're always right and we're wrong, and we're kafirs and disbelievers and low tiers. But do you guys notice how they always try to come up with an excuse to not talk to us? You talk to anybody else. As a matter of fact, you know what's funny? Let me mention this too. I've noticed a pattern. When a Muslim has a topic and a Christian goes on the stage, they will allow the Christian, if they're low tier or new or unknowledgeable, they will allow them to ask how many ever questions about Islam they want. When someone is knowledgeable and comes up, like me, GodLogic, and etc., they will immediately divert away from their topic and start talking about Christianity. And then they will accuse you of running. I just think it's funny. I think it's very funny that Muslims think that they're really following the right religion while being very scared to actually defend their religion. And when they come to defend their religion and they feel like they didn't do well, as in every single time, they cry and complain about some sort of mistreatment in order to blanket the fact that they just wasn't able to defend their religion properly. This is embarrassing. Look at what's going on with the whole Uthman thing right now. They already crying and complaining, and they ain't even see the debate yet. Now, when that drop, it's gonna give them a reason to cry and complain, and they better be real, because Uthman got destroyed. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.